That's exactly what I was saying. This is deja vu. In 1975, a very similar situation had been orchestrated against our father by Islamist forces, by hostile Western agencies. I think primarily the CIA was behind Khonkar Mushtaq, etc., and those gang. They had surrounded the residence of the Prime Minister, and India had sent a helicopter, ARC helicopter, to get him out. But Bangabandhu then was adamant that his people would never, do such a thing against him. And he was naive and he stayed back, and his entire family was wiped out, slaughtered. The only person who escaped was Sheikh Hasina Wajid. And then, we have always seen this ideological push and pull in Bangladesh. We fought shoulder to shoulder with the Mukti Bahini.
Yeah.
The Mukti Jodhas were responsible for helping in a very, very major way Bangladesh to gain her freedom, right? And then, it was the Bangladesh army officers who had stayed back in Pakistan, Ziaul Rahman and the others who came back were repatriated from Pakistan. And they were quite under the influence of the ISI and other foreign intelligence agencies. They had staged a coup. So this ideological struggle between the Mukti Jodhas and the Islamist strain has been a constant in Bangladesh. And somewhere around 2007, 2008, we had come to a situation where, the Mukti Jodhas had started reasserting themselves, and that is how on their shoulders of the reassertion of the Mukti Bahini, the freedom struggle stream of Bangladesh, that Sheikh Hasina Wajid had gone there.
Jal Bakshi.
The PNP was trenchantly opposing her. There were reports that foreign agencies, foreign powers were asking her to cede some islands, to give basis to them, to, follow their diktats. This is something like an Orange Revolution, a Maidan Revolution, an Arab Spring that has been generated. The optics are so similar to what happened in Sri Lanka. I do think it is an orchestrated intelligence operation to generate these flash mobs. I do not think the issue per se was so emotive and so very, life-threatening.
You are right, General Bakshi sir. General Bakshi sir, in fact, you are right that the issue was not that complex, particularly after the Supreme Court verdict, which had reduced the quantum of reservations from 30% to 5% or less. This second round of protests and the violence, which was even more severe than the earlier one, was clear indication that there was some power which was not wanting peace to prevail in Dhaka with the objective of removing Sheikh Hasina.
You are absolutely right. The Supreme Court had basically diffused the core issue. From 30% reservation, it had been brought down to 5%. That itself should have ended the matter. But that was just an excuse to orchestrate a Maidan revolution, a Maidan coup against her, like had happened in Ukraine. Victoria Nuland, we are told, had been quite active in this area before she was sent home on permanent retirement. Even, the Pakistan Army chief, when he had gone to the United States, had met her. So these forces are active. The fact that when the core issue was diffused, even then the mass surge has been continued. The emotions are being whipped up. It is an Islamic coup that has happened in Bangladesh. Now, what we have to see is how soon can the Bangladesh army reassert itself? Has it been subverted? Has it been subverted, or has fallen prey to foreign machinations? So far, it seems that they have stood loyal, because the helicopter that brought her in apparently was Bangladeshi helicopter. The plane that is getting her to Delhi, some media channels are saying it's a C-130, others are saying it's a jet aircraft which is flying her. That means the Bangladesh armed forces have helped to save her life, have helped her to come here. Now, what follows next is crucial and critical. Will the Bangladesh army declare martial law? I think they're not very keen to get into a Tiananmen Square kind of a situation where they have to unleash bloodshed against their own people. So they have been handling it very, very adroitly so far. They have let Hasina Wajid escape. They are saying, the army chief is saying that in 48 hours, Bangladesh will have an interim government. Now, will this be a military interim government, or will this be civilian appointees put in place interim, like what had happened in Sri Lanka by the president of Bangladesh? That remains to be seen. That will show us the nature of this coup. But the role of foreign powers is there for all to see. This is an orchestrated coup.
Yeah.
This is a Maidan revolution.
Absolutely.
Because this, and it is dangerous implications for our security.
You are absolutely right, General Bakshi, and I hope you will continue to be with us through the evening and join the prime time conversation on Bangladesh, because this is the most important story panning out and the most consequential insofar as India's security environment is concerned. As you rightly mentioned, this is not a coup, this is regime change, this is being orchestrated, this has been planned, and this has been executed with perhaps not just one but multiple parts coming together. And we are going to keep close track of that. Sheikh Hasina's plane going to land in Delhi in some time, after which she would take a call to go where, because India is only facilitating her safe political refuge to some third country, is what we are being told.